Hello, everybody. The background back here is so I can not think about winter that we're still going through here in New York. But I'd like to do a little quick tutorial on. I've been asked lots of times, how do you go through so many coins and get through so many boxes per week? And I've been doing it the same way since 1966. And I want to bring up a couple of things that will are necessary and that will help you with your coin roll hunting. Gloves are a must when you're handling some of the proof coins, uncirculated coins. You don't want to get your fingerprints on them because those prints, the oil and everything will stain the coin, will tarnish the coin. Bausch and Lomb makes a good triplet, one of the best eyepieces you can use for looking up close on some of your coins, and they're really a necessity for checking them out. And you got to have good lighting. There's a lot of different craft lights out there. Some come with a magnifier. If that'll help you out, you can do it that way. But you got to have really good lighting for when you're looking at coins. And also, what really helps is if you can get a microscope. This is an AM scope, and they're pretty expensive. They're pretty high priced, but they're well worth it. They're You can get a microscope anywhere from $30 to $1,000. This particular model is about $450. But those are some of the things you really need when you're coin collecting, coin roll hunting. If you're coin roll hunting, you're obviously collecting. Now, coin roll hunting, what I do is I've got a pair of these, and they're very inexpensive. Very inexpensive. I think these are $10 on eBay right now, and these are 20 times. They have a dual lens in them. You can go 10, or you can bring this lens down and go 20 times magnification. And I'm older, so my eyes are already pretty well shot. But it's comfortable. It's very comfortable, actually. And I'm going to go through a couple of rolls of nickels here and show you how I do get through them. And if you're collecting, if you're looking for the varieties and errors, make sure you have a list of what you're looking for. Uh, I pretty much have it in my head what coins are what varieties are more popular, worth more, what are sought after, and at least get that knowledge. There's all kinds of places on the internet you can find out about double dies and varieties, what years to check, what years to definitely collect. And with the 2018 coins coming out, I'm sure we're all going to be scrutinizing everything that comes across our tables. Um, when it comes to coin roll hunting, I've seen so many different ways of doing it, and I'm not saying anybody's method is wrong, and I'm not saying that my method is best, but I've tried every different way of looking at coins. And the one thing that I will say is not helping a lot of collectors is throwing a bunch of coins on a table and just pawing through them like a puppy trying to find the right piece of meat in a bowl of food that he's looking for. Uh, you've got to look at each coin. And as I said, if you know what you're looking for, you can set them aside. And what I do, let's say I open a roll of nickels. I know, let's go with pennies. That's a better example right now. I open a roll of pennies, and the first thing I do is I have several sections, several piles that I'll be making. Wheats, of course, I throw them all in one pile. 2009s I pull out. Excuse me. I will take out the wide AMs 98 through 2000 or 2000. I look at those as I'm going through them because I can see whether they're wide or not. That's a pretty easy thing to see. Close AM, same thing. I look for it, and if it's not there, I just throw it back in the box to go back to the bank. Um, 95, 72s, the coins that have potential double dies, those will get thrown into a pile, and I'll scrutinize those closely after I've gone through the entire box. I get through the box quickly because I know what I'm looking for. I know what piles I have. Canadians are here. 2009 wheats, potential double dies and varieties. They'll all be in separate places on my desk as I'm going through these. but I can zip through them by looking at the date. I know what I want. There they go. And I'll do it with a roll of nickels here. And I want to show you my method of doing this. I'm going to move the camera down now and bring it up on the table. Open this picture up a little bit bigger. And we'll bring this down. And I open, and I've got some strong thumbnails too. All of my coins are open like that. Both ends zip, and I've got it open. I lay the roll out, such as that. Most times I don't really worry about straightening it up. Now watch. I hope you can see. I'm going to pull this up a little bit more. I don't know. Let me put this down here. Anyhow, my head is going to be down looking at these coins. I've got it on 10 times magnification. I'm going to move my light over, so I have good light above my coins. Now, of course, you may lose a lamination error or something. I first look at all the dates, and I'll start at the left, and I know what I'm looking for. I know what years have the potential for double dies, varieties, and such like that. Those will go back in the box. I didn't see anything there that I want to keep. Everything I do collect or hold out is 1960 is a 41. Sometimes I'll take a second to look at it. Otherwise, I don't. I just throw them in a pile of 60s and before. Anything pre-60 goes into a pile. On these die chip coins, and I'll make a video on them later, they're just starting to be way too common. And there's a lot of problems with the die chips on the newer nickels. So this is a variety. The 2005 has got a detached leg. It's also got a double die on the 2005D. But I can zip through these, and I know, as I said, I know what years I want to look at. I know what years I may even pass up. I mean, there's a double die on a 1964, and frankly, I personally don't care. I'm not going to look at every 1964 coin. My days are numbered, really. It would take me 10 years to go through and look at all the ones that I want to look at. If I did look at all 64s, considering how many were minted and how many you're still finding every day in circulation. But that's basically how I go through the box. I'll set them out in a row, and I usually grab, I think, 11 coins approximately. It's about the same every time. I lay them out. I check the years on them, and oftentimes, if there's something that looks a little funny, I'll throw it aside and look at it under the scope. But that's basically how I do this, and it really isn't difficult. Now look at me, boy! You can see the thing I wear on my head, can't you? But that's what I use, and my green screen's all messed up now because I've got the lighting all the way different. But anyhow, that's how I go through coins. That's how I get through coins quickly. It's a little tougher with pennies, and it can be tough on your back too. If you were to have a higher table where you're right up on your coins, it might be a lot less straight on the neck and back. But that's my method, and I hope that helps you. I've been doing it for a long time, and the gentleman that taught me way back in '66, and I collected with him until 1971, 72. We went through coins together, and we used to give each other a little quiz, and he'd give me 50 pennies, and he knew what was in that stack. He knew pretty much, he'd throw a couple errors in, such as in nickels, he'd throw in the bar S, 1960D bar S nickel, I'm sorry, bar 0 nickel. He'd throw that error in and expect me to find it, and I didn't miss too awful many things. But he taught me a good thing in collecting, and what to look for, how to look for it, and do it quickly, because you don't want to spend a half a day on a couple of boxes scrutinizing the coins that are potential errors and varieties. Do that after you get through the entire box. Then you can take the time to look at each coin individually much more closely and find the stuff that's worth the money. Wheat pennies are fun. They're great to find, But I don't think even in the next 30 years they're going to be worth much more than 3 or 4 or 5 cents a piece, except for the key dates or the key dates, semi keys, and extra fine or better condition. Uh, they minted way far too many billions of wheat pennies to ever really become a top of the line collecting item. But I hope this helps everybody. Try it my way once. Try it a few times because it takes time to get through. And learn that procedure. But I'll tell you, I can get through a lot of coins, and I generally don't miss a whole heck of a lot. So with that, I'll say see you later with one hand that disappears and one hand that stays in the screen. So have a good night, and I'll talk to you all later. Bye. Don't forget to live stream tomorrow night, Thursday night, 7:30 Eastern Standard Time, and I'm at 998 subs right now, guys. So I may be announcing one heck of a big giveaway coming up. So see you later.